Hello and welcome back. I'm Dugout Man, and this is my Nantwich save. And this is just a very quickly wanted to give you a season review. I played to the end of the season because it turned out that we weren't particularly playing for anything. And I just wanted to show really we finished in 11th place. We were predicted to finish in 12th place. So we've had a pretty average season. It's not been the best. It's not been the worst. It has been that for the first time I've ever played in this lower echelons. Below. I suppose really the Conference North is probably the lowest I'd played before, and so it was a little bit difficult getting used to the league that we were in. Coming across certain issues which I'd never come across before. So it was things like you can only play for one club in 1 year for certain people. I still don't quite understand exactly what happened there. But the best thing was that we could actually loan as many players as we like and use those players. So that was really handy to know for the up and coming season. So if we look at the squad and if we look at how people have performed over the course of the year, the most used was of course the goalkeeper Johnny Vegas, who has set his date for retirement. So unfortunately, we may be losing our one and only decent keeper. Although in fairness, towards the end of the season, he really cost me with some shocking mistakes. So maybe his time was just coming. I don't know. So certainly a keeper is going to be on the shopping list for next season anyway. But then if you look at the other players who were prolific in playing, Matty Casilo, Josh Hancock, Matt Bailey, Chris Speed. Now, Chris Speed, I'm predicting great things for next season. I think he'll be a 20-plus striker next season. So we'll see. We'll see how we go with that prediction. But certainly, he played 35. He will be my first choice striker unless we come across somebody special during the close season. Josh Gordon again did very, very well. I don't know whether we'll continue using him as a striker. We'll have to wait and see. Him, Josh Hancock, and Matty Casilo. I do intend to keep them around. Whether they'll be first choice, we'll just have to see. Like I say, it's all dependent on what we can get. Let's go to the goals. So the top scorer was indeed Josh Gordon, who actually made less appearances than Chris Speed, but still scored more goals, 15 goals. Then you've got Matty Casilo with 9, Josh Hancock with 8, Liam Shotton and Lewis Short chipping in with a couple. But yeah, plenty of goals around the team, which was always a positive. So Luke Wally came in. He only got three. He only made 3 appearances, but he had a pretty high rating for the whole of the 3 appearances. But sure, clearly the best player by a long mile was Josh Hancock. 740 average, having played just 44, having played 44 games. So that's a pretty impressive average for so many games. And then your next one really was Elliot Osborne at 705, having played 34 games. So that's the team and that's the squad. Just in case you wanted to see a little bit more about what happened within the league. So we yet to see who goes up from our particular league. The playoffs are still going on at the moment. But here's the league. How the league finished. We actually were doing really well with about 4 games to go. We sat ourselves in 6th place, just 2 points behind Mickleover. Then we played Mickleover and we could have got a point ahead of them, but actually we lost. Because we lost, that really ended our season. 2 games left. But if you look at the teams who have got up, we've got Blythe, Skelmersdale, Stourbridge, Salford and Mickleover. Blythe have gone up automatically. The other 4 are all playing each other in the playoffs. And actually in our running, you will see now that in our running we actually played at the key time where we were the closest to getting promoted. We'd just beaten Blythe, who went up automatically. Then we beat Marine, and that put us in touching distance with Mickleover. but sadly having to play Mickleover and then Skelmersdale, who finished second, and losing to both of them at a key time just really killed off the season. And then it didn't really matter on the last two. And on the last two, I was playing some of the younger guys as well. One thing worth noting is Morgan Jones. Now, Morgan Jones was one of our regens, I think you'll remember, if I've got that right. Let me just double check with the contract. Oh no, sorry, I lied. He's one of the guys who I got from Crew. So ignore all that. But Morgan Jones, he came in. He did quite well, but he picked up an injury within a few games of coming in. So certainly, if he got laid off by Crew, he'd be worth looking into as a signing. And certainly, we may try and loan him back again next season. So that's it in terms of our league. I just thought I'd quickly show you the Premier League, maybe. So this is where we're aiming for ultimately. It'll be amazing to see Nantwich playing up alongside some of these teams. Interesting to note that going down was Aston Villa, who really did in this particular season go down, but also Leicester, who actually won the league in real life, and Sunderland, who are always on the edge of going down, but somehow managed to survive. But in this game, they didn't survive this season. Looking on up the table, and Chelsea were the champions with 94 points, winning it quite comfortably. Liverpool surprising everybody by coming second. Arsenal, then Man City, then Manchester United. Mid-table mediocrity to everybody. I can tell you that Tottenham qualified for Europe also, and I don't think the FA Cup final has happened yet, so there may well be further qualifications to Europe as well within that. So, but yeah, so that's how the league went. Quick look at the Championship if you're interested. So Derby, Reading and Wolves are the teams going up from there. Birmingham, Preston and Rotherham going down. League One sees Wigan and Millwall, yet to be decided, between Scunthorpe and Colchester going up. Going down is Shrewsbury, Rochdale, Crewe and Perry. So, it's a shame to see Crewe going down, obviously, as our affiliate club. But in real life, that is exactly what happened as well, so it's not a total surprise. And finally, going up from League 2, I believe we have Oxford, Yeovil, Luton Town, and yet to be decided between Plymouth and Cambridge, Dagenham and Redbridge, and Mansfield. So, they're all the leagues within the season. The two teams going up out of the Vanarama League are Forest Green and Tranmere, whilst relegated are FC Halifax, Kidderminster, Guiseley, who actually offered me the job earlier in the season, so perhaps that could have been a challenge for us, would have been to keep Guiseley up. And Welling was the other team who went down. And Vanarama National League North, which would be the league that most likely affects us. Stalybridge, Corby and Curzon Ashton are coming down. Now that's going to be interesting because Corby are a reasonable side, Stalybridge are a reasonable side, and Curzon Ashton actually had some really good players, and if any have ever been let go, I'll be certainly looking at trying to sign some of their players because they had some well-rounded players who really I would have loved to have signed. Let's just see if we can see Matthew Warburton, for example. He's quite an exciting striker. You can't really see his attributes because of my attribute masking. Who was Tom Eckersley. I think he's former Manchester United player. I'm not totally sure. Or I might have just made that up. I think I just made that up. But either way, he looks a good player. And who was the other one that I thought I remembered seeing? So I can't remember who the other one was. Possibly Ryan Brook. But either way, we'll keep an eye on their players because some of them would have been really useful in our league last season. And if they get let go from Curzon Ashton, then we'll have to see where we go. But basically, for next season, I have said that I think we could finish in the top half. That's really the highest that they would let me go. But actually, I'm going to be pushing. If we're not in the playoffs next season, I'll be quite disappointed. I believe we can create a team that is paying much less on the wages than they were this season. But on top of that, we'll also be a better, stronger squad. And so I think that next season we can blow this league out of the water. But we'll soon find out whether I'm being overconfident with that. But I look forward to it, and I hope you look forward to coming to have a look at it too. So what I'll do is I'll cut this particular episode there. There's no matches to show you. I'll go and do the close season, see what kind of a team I can build, and then come back to you at the start of the next season, and we'll kick off the season together. And hopefully it'll be kicking off in a really good way. So thanks a lot, and thanks for listening. And it's been great to do this first season with you. And let's see if we can kick on from here and for promotion. So until next time, I'll see you soon.